A big first win of a very important series for you guys. Didn't really start off very well, but what was the mindset after the first inning?
I think we talk a lot about just no panic. Randy went out there, he didn't have his stuff, but no panic, and he just kept chucking and gave us a chance. And as an offense, same deal, no panic, and just putting quality at bats one after another, and the results will take care of themselves.
Big fourth inning, obviously. Costello started off with the bomb, and then it kind of worked its way through. You got a nice opportunity, and then Armis. Before we get in your at bat specifically, what was the vibe like in the dugout during that inning, and did you feel like that was a momentum changer for you guys?
Yeah, I think we always preach energy, showing up to the field with that passion. Playing San Diego baseball is a big thing, big part of our program. I feel like it's constant throughout, not only just that inning, every inning, and that allows us as hitters to go up there and just know that our at-bats are for the team and for our brothers. So we all just go up there and compete and have that pass the torch mentality.
You've been hitting the ball really hard the last couple of weeks or so, and got your first one on Tuesday, and then another one again tonight. What's been the difference for you these last couple of games, and how are you able to put both of those over the fence?
Yeah, I think just staying within my approach. Been hitting balls kind of hard, lining out quite a bit, but just sticking with it and hitting balls hard, kind of the main approach, get a good pitch to drive, and a couple flew out, so that's nice.
Gonzaga answered almost immediately after the fact. You guys tied it up, felt like you had the momentum back a little bit, and then they retake the lead. What was the mindset for the team, and how are you guys able to come back from that again, and kind of talk to us a little bit about the resiliency you guys had of not being fazed by Gonzaga answering the call?
Yeah, exactly. Just like I said, no panic. That bomb goes off, and we just kind of all rally together. It's like we got punched in the throat, but we're going to punch back. So not just taking the punch and letting that kind of deplete our energy, but if we get punched, we're all going to rally together and punch back.
You were able to score on a play that was almost probably an inning double play. Throw gets away, goes in the dugout, you score on that one. But then the other one later, that the go-ahead run, ball gets hit to short, kind of blows them up a little bit. You're running from first. What was were you thinking home all the way, or how did you read that play? Take us through it.
Yeah, I think we talk a lot about just looking for that extra 90. So I was kind of trying to beat that force out to second, running hard there. So I get past him, and just wheels were going. I was running, looking for Mitch. Saw him waving me, so just kept on going.
Had a little bit of an awkward slide there. All right, going through underneath the catcher.
Yeah, no, we're all good.
And make sure you had touched the plate, which is good. You playing in a spot at shortstop, you get to see these pitchers a lot. Obviously Randall had a little bit with command, but really gave you strong 5 innings. But Romero really picked it up with 3 innings of shutout, no hit ball. Mostly a guy that has pitched a lot for you guys on Tuesdays. How great was it to see him really shine tonight in a big spot?
Yeah, it was awesome. He was just pitching with passion. We kind of talked about that a little, just his passion for playing for San Diego. He doesn't play for himself, and he was just out there, and he looked like a dog, and he was chucking the ball, and they couldn't touch it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Justin.
Thanks, JD. Big series, obviously, this weekend. The West Coast Conference, obviously, end of the season, trying to get in the tournament. Not necessarily the start that you would like for a series like this, but the guys bounce back. How would you, overall evaluate, giving up 3 runs early, things not go your way, and then be able to come back and win 5-4?
That's baseball, hey, things happen. We've seen it all. Haven't seen it all yet, but seen a lot, right? Uncharacteristic there in the first. We make an error. We hit the leadoff guy. Credit to them. They punch quick there and get those 3 runs across in the first. And, thank God for Josh Randall, one of the best pitchers around in the country. And we believe that. And he was able to keep them at bay the next, 4 innings, what have you. And then turn it over to Ivan Romero, who's just dominant out of the bullpen. And our bullpen just, deserves more credit every time out. And having those old guys like that, and then Connor Thurman to close the door, just really set the message, set the tone for that first Friday night win against a really, really good team.
Say about the way that Randall handled, kind of a lot of things that goes away. Obviously, his command was a little bit around with 3 walks, a couple hit batsmen, but he really grinded through 5 innings for you to set up a good outing and not have to burn up too much of your bullpen.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. I mean, hey, you're not going to always have your greatest stuff. You're not going to always have your greatest swing. You're not going to always feel great. I mean, gosh, if you want to go on to the next level, you play 162 games, what have you. I think maybe 20% of the time you're going to feel good. So you better learn how to compete and go out and pitch with what you got and take your at-bats with what you have that day, and push your feelings to the side. And I thought he gave us all he had tonight with doing that, and not having maybe his best stuff that we've seen before. But he was able to get us, into that 6th inning and Ivan taking the ball from there. And that's a team effort, man. I mean, all the way. That's what we talked about as a group. Hey, both sides of the ball, you got to be able to pitch it. You got to be able to play defense. And then on the offensive side, it's a team effort. You can't just rely on one guy. And I think that's what makes this team special.
Top of the order was 1 for 15 tonight, but the bottom really stepped up. 2 hits from Costello, 3 out of DeCriscio, 2 out of Armas, 1 out of Worthington. All the runs scored near the bottom. We talk about this team having a complete lineup, and when guys at the top don't necessarily have it that night, the bottom really stepped it up tonight.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, again, and that's where good teams do that. They can fill the gap, and that's something that was one of our terms that we talked about September 1st, was fill the gap and everything that you do, and if you can do that, then you're going to have some success along the way, but you can't say enough about DeCriscio and Armas. Our goal going into the night was to run counts on the offensive end. Get to 3-2, get to 3-ball counts. Taking care of the process. I know it sounds weird, like, well, you want to move runners and get hits. And yeah, but if we can take care of counts, then, we'll be able to get ours on the offensive end. And I thought we did an excellent job. Costello did a heck of a job of that. Peraza did a good job. Didn't get anything to show for that, but he's running counts. DA, same thing, running counts. Will Worthington, running counts at the bottom of the order. What it does is it tires down the pitcher, and then hopefully you get a mistake up there somewhere in the mix. And then DeCriscio and Armas got the result side out of it, and you can't say enough about those two, how they just went about their game tonight, and Ari just does an unbelievable job night in and night out behind the plate, and his bat has come along over the last 3 weeks. Big hits, tough ABs, and so proud of DeCriscio again for having a great night tonight as well.
Solo shots usually don't really hurt you. You guys had 3 up in that inning, and it seemed like it really sparked you guys, from a difficult start. From your perspective in the dugout, I mean, how big was it, those 3 home runs and 4 at-bats for you guys to really just get a charge and feel back into it and really creating a new ballgame at 3-3?
Yeah, I can't say enough. I mean, our assistant coaches just do an unbelievable job of staying on our guys. I mean, they are just relentless. And Coach Flora brought the team up after that inning before we hit those home runs and had a great message to the group about, hey, slow the game down, relax, play San Diego baseball. And got everyone to kind of come back down to reality after, like you said earlier, about getting those 3 runs across to the first. And I think kept everyone just grounded there, and he did a heck of a job right there. And hey, so there's not too many times, like you said, you see 3 solo home runs right there to tie the game. And we're not trying to do that. Our guys aren't. They're just trying to put a good swing on it and have quality at bats. And, hey, the ball got out of the ballpark tonight, and it was awesome to see.
They answered very fast. First pitch, next inning, they take the lead right back, and that could really deflate a young team. You got a veteran team that wasn't really fazed by it and still had a couple more innings left. I mean, we talk about this team being resilient all the time, but is that the best example of resiliency you've seen out of your team this year? They climb all the way back, first pitch, they're down again in a game that they know they need to have.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, shoot, I think the first guy says, don't flinch in the dugout after that home run, after they responded there to go up 4-3. And when you hear that as a coach, you're like, okay, I can step back, and these guys understand that. They understand that, hey, you ingrained it in them, The guys have been here for 4 or 5 years. That talk is key so that the younger guys that are on the team can hear that and understand that. The same thing with the position players. You come back in, not trying to do too much, coming back in and trying to hit another home run, right? We're putting good ABs together. Sev smokes that ball to short, in a slash situation, and they end up throwing it away. That's how we get another run to tie it. But again, when you put the ball in play, good things happen, right? When you work the count, good things happen. You can't always look for that big double or big home run, and I think that our guys just staying consistent with our plan and our approach was able to put us in position to be able to win.
You guys very aggressive there at the end. I mean, you got a hard shot to shortstop, kind of blows up their guy a little bit. I mean, it could have been the final out of the inning, and DeCriscio was able to make it all the way around. I know you guys preach aggressiveness, but Mitch Holland sending them when the ball goes in the second is a huge risk, but huge reward for you guys, and ultimately the game winner. You're not the one out there coaching third base. You put a lot of trust in those guys, and what do you say about the aggressiveness you guys have on base pass tonight?
Coach Holland just does a fantastic job. I mean, and just to see our guys rally behind that, and being a former third base coach, hey, I told myself I'll never be mad at you for being aggressive, that's already his nature. He's done a heck of a job all year. We haven't. That's a big spot and a big moment, but he does it all the time. And that aggressive style puts pressure on the opposition to make a play. And that was a 120-foot, 130-foot throw that shortstop had to make, and caught him off guard, put him on his heels, and you force the opposition to play fast catch. And that's our goal. And DeCriscio, again, just put his head down and started running hard until he's told not to. And that's our standard in this program. And it's just an awesome job by Coach Holland, forcing that issue there, and we forced him to play fast catch, and it worked out for us.
How important was it to not use Romero on Tuesday and being able to use him tonight? I mean, a guy that usually pitches on Tuesdays 100%. And a huge arm for the weekend. That feel like having a bonus arm in the bullpen tonight.
Yeah, I mean, totally, right? Anytime you can get your bullpen rest, it's key, especially this late in the year. But I mean, God, that guy, every time he takes the ball, looks the same every time this year. And that guy's worked so hard. He's responded from his year last year. And it's just so awesome to see the success that he's having. And I mean, multiple pitches for strikes, being able to move the fastball in and out, up and down. And but giving him a night off on Tuesday was nice, Brady, to your point, to be able to get out there and use him on a Friday night like that in a long extent.
Thanks, Coach.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.